Let's talk about Tarot of the Witch's Garden. Before we start, let me just tell you the story. Why are you seeing two boxes here? So I purchased Tarot of the Witch's Garden when it came out, and I'm not sure of how many of you know that it has a misprint, or had a misprint, on two cards. So Wheel of Fortune and Justice card were swapped. The numbers were swapped. I'm gonna show you this later. And shout out to Lisa Pappas. I was watching one of her videos. I think they're doing the dive into this tarot specifically at the moment, and she said that she wrote to Llewellyn about, you know, replacing the cards with the correct numbers on them, and they sent her a completely new box set. So I did the same. I wrote to them and I asked if it is possible, and bam, in 2 weeks time I had a completely new Tarot of the Witch's Garden. So we're gonna go through this new one today, but let me quickly just show you those two cards that I was talking about. So I edged mine in this beautiful green, and the two cards, they were numbered wrong with these two cards. So you see Justice and Wheel of Fortune. So I used a golden Sharpie to correct Wheel of Fortune, and then a black Sharpie to correct Justice card. But yes, so before we start with the cards, let's talk about the author. So Sasha Graham. I was watching this interview on YouTube, which I'm gonna link. I'm gonna put link in the description box below. And I found out that she is actually an actress, and that she also now teaches yoga. Very interesting. And she wanted this deck to be healing, to be grounding, because she did another deck before. Is it Into the Woods or Into the Dark Woods, or Dark Wood Tarot? I'm gonna write the correct name here. And that one has a very different feel to this one. And the publisher asked her to do this for a reason, because people after COVID and everything needed healing, needed grounding, you know. So that's the intention of this tarot deck. She also talks about in that interview that this color palette, which we can see already on this box, in my opinion, this is like my favorite style of, you know, of drawing for tarot cards. But it really, naturally, she's more drawn to darker colors. So she wasn't sure, but then, you know, it came out beautifully. So it was a great choice to go with Natasa Ilincic. So another thing about this deck, what she was talking about, is the guidebook. So let's first look at the guidebook, actually, before we look into the cards, because the guidebook is absolutely amazing. So the color, the finish is matte, and then you obviously, like with all Llewellyn guidebooks, you get a full picture inside. But that's not why it is amazing. Why it is amazing is because she separated this content in 4 parts. So first part is tending the soil, so how to start, you know, how to prepare cards, etc. Then the second is planting seeds. It goes through the meanings of the cards. And then the third part is the second part, planting the seeds, is she explains the astrology, numerology, colors, etc. And then the part 3, we have cultivating deep depth and meaning. And then she goes in the meanings of the cards. And then the fourth part, harvesting magic, she created spells and spreads and you know, all these things that you can do with tarot cards. So I find that really cool. And then so yeah, like I said at the beginning, she goes into, and see, every chapter is like this. So she goes into tending to the soil, and she talks about the secret ritual, how to store the cards, tarot reading essentials, tips, and then practice with tarot. And then 2 is planting seeds. She goes into explanation what Major Arcana and Minor Arcana mean, and then what each suit means. And then she connects it to astrology, to numerology, to colors, then meditative journeys, and then we have the meaning of the cards, which every card has obviously a full picture. Like for example, the Fool here, we have a full picture, which is great because then you can see even more details. And then we have a connection. We have like a one word that describes it, beginning, and then we have astrological correspondences. In this case is air, and then we have a little like a spell / poem, really beautiful. And then she explains the card, and then we have the upright meanings, like words, keywords, and reverse meanings, keywords. And then what I really love is we also have to write the reversal, ask yourself this: how can I start over, and pull another card, which is amazing. So she actually, in that interview, she talks about how she wanted this guidebook to be like a cookbook. So if you just need something, you can find it and just work with something in 10 minutes. Like at the end, you have the spells. For example, Ace of Pentacles, Garden Path spell. You have the spell, and then you have the, what are they called? Spreads. And you have so many spreads, I think 14 or something like that. So many spreads. So many spreads. And they are all really great. I worked with them and they're really, really good. So yeah, many spreads. And then we have the conclusion. So this guidebook, I love it. Later on, after we go through the cards, I'm going to give you an example of a reading, and we can go in and read one of the cards so you get a taste how her writing style is and everything. I personally find it really magical and beautiful, and I don't know, it's amazing. So let's go into the cards now. So these ones are obviously not edged because they're new, completely new. And I'm very excited to go through this with you because I love this deck because of so many reasons. I will talk about it, but I love it. So let's talk about cardstock for a moment. You can see it is actually linen finish. How amazing is that? I love linen cards. They're my favorite. They're beautiful to shuffle. Yeah, they're just beautiful. It just gives it that extra texture, like it feels like it's painted on a canvas. It's beautiful. So let's go. The Fool. Obviously we have a younger person, although she has white hair, which also could represent, you know, not a young person, but like someone who does have some experience, but it's on a new journey, right? On a new journey, starting a new cycle. She has books with her. She has like the feather in her hair. There is air sign on her chest, which I find really cool. And she's obviously walking off the cliff. And then we see that there's like a little fairy here. A fairy, like, you know, connection to the God. The universe supports you on this journey. Know that you are supported also by, not just by spirits and celestial things, but also by this world. So we have a dog here, a human's best friend, right? And he is barking, hey, you're gonna step off. So you are supported in all ways in this new journey. Then we have the Magician. Oh, how gorgeous is that? The greens, the as above, so below. We have the astrological signs here on the table. We have obviously all the elements. We have a cat, which is, you know, connected to that spirituality. Oh man, I just love this card. We have the sign of infinity made of vines here. How beautiful. And then we have like red roses, you know, for passion, and white lilies for purity. And then we have like a little spider here, like so many details. And the fox, you know, foxes are known to be very smart, how they use things, right? How they they take advantage of their environment to work for them, and that's literally what magician is also all about. So I just love, love, love. And then we have a Mercury sign here as well. See on her necklace, so many details. The High Priestess, man, we already see diversity in the third card, which I love. I love the representation in this deck. It's beautiful. So we have High Priestess here with white pupils, and a lot of people have been freaked out about this, but not really for me. It represents, you know, when you go into deep meditation, you roll your eyeballs back into your head. That's literally what she's doing. She's deeply connected. We have the two pillars, which are the trees here, and look at that, her foot is on touching the water on the moon, so connected to that subconscious. She's holding secret knowledge in her hand, and she has the granate apple. What is it called in English? I can't remember. I'll write it on the side here. I forgot. So she's holding the fruit here as well, which is in, you know, in traditional decks, on the veil. And like I feel like these the willow trees leaves represent that veil that she's standing between, you know, the spiritual and physical. Love that. Okay. Then we have the Empress. Look at her, so beautiful and pregnant in her red, very feminine energy dress. Again, we have the fruit here, which name I forgot. The books. There must be some Venus sign somewhere, I'm pretty sure. We have 12 stars here. And yeah, she's harvested the fruits. She is creating. There's like, see at the back that we have, like, it feels like this background is the fields of wheat. So yeah, beautiful. Then we have the Emperor, you know, very stable structured in his like a little seat made of stone, very solid. He has an ego here, overseeing everything. You know, he's a ruler of the land, more than a king of kings. And look, he's holding the same fruit that we see on the Empress card here. How cool is that? And of course the ram, you know, the Aries. So I love these cards. They're so detailed. Sorry. Hierophant we have, and I love the fact that Hierophant is a woman here, an elderly or older woman opening the door, showing her little, you know, apprentices the way, teaching them as above, so below. Which there's a key, there are two keys right here. We have the two pillars here as well. What is this called? I forgot what it's called. Look at that little robin there. Cat. They have like their companions as well. Like, you know, if they're young witches, they have their animal companions. And here we have a book saying Secret Garden. How cool is that? And again we have roses and white lilies. The lovers. Wow, how beautiful is that? They look like Adam and Eve, don't they? The Chariot. Wow. Again, we can see that typical, you know, white and black horse. We see the connection to moon phases, so ever-changing life. And there's like the sun here as well. And we have like, he's taking with him all the harvested things. He has his spiritual companion. He's connected to the universe. You can see that in this part of the chariot. Beautiful colors, beautiful details. Moving forward, I absolutely adore this this strength card. Look at how gently she's standing to the bear instead of the lion. She's opening mama's bear's mouth, and mama bear, like bears are the most aggressive when they have their little cubs, you know. So she's tending to the mama bear. What happened here? Maybe mama bear is hurt and she's helping her, you know, and she has the infinity symbol here as well. There's so many details in these cards. Love, love, love. Hermit. Oh, isn't this gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. We have like the, you know, the light, the lantern, and it looks like she's leaving the house behind to go to journey somewhere quieter. Look at those little mouse at the bottom, so cute. And I'm here for this green dress and green hood, and the star is so beautiful. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune and corrected, yay. I love that there is a lotus flower in the middle, you know, spiritually connected. We have the typical Torah, Rota, etc. On the wheel we have the elements here as well, and then we have 4 beings who I would say probably represent the astrological correspondences. We also have the snake here, and the, I think it's the wolf, coyote, the cat, the owl, so cute. Justice. She stands so strongly. She is ready. She is ready to, like, she's balanced, isn't she? On one side she has vegetables and fruits, and on the other she has flowers. And I suppose these represent maybe your heart, and this represent your mind. Is your heart, are there your heart and mind balanced, you know? Are you doing the moral thing? She's putting her sword down, asking you that. You know, are you doing the right thing by yourself and by others? Then we have the Hanged Woman. I love how her hair is touching the water, because this is the most watery card of the deck. And again, like with High Priestess, you can see her pupils are turned into her head, which means she's in a deep state of meditation, of connection to the universe. And we have the typical 4 here with her legs, and her hands are behind her, tied up, I suppose. Surrendering, letting the knowledge from the old willow tree to pour into her. Death card. Oh man, this death card gives me a very Halloweeny vibes. You can see we have like in a typical Rider-Waite-Smith, you have like a child that is offering something to death, and here we have again a child that's offering this little pumpkin to death. And we have here a grieving mother, but the death is taking this little girl into a new place, into a new start, you know, new journey, I suppose. Transformation from one to the other. Temperance card. How gorgeous is this? Look at the colors. Oh my gosh. The purples, the pinks. So beautiful. And she's looking right into your eye, touching the water. Do you see those little here it's covered, but they're like, again, lotus flowers everywhere. And I think this is our irises. And there's another thing that I wanted to say about this deck. You will see this cottage in the background very often, so it indicates that this whole scene, all the 78 cards are happening within one setting. And what is very cool is in Rider-Waite-Smith, that is also a case. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a YouTuber, forgot her name. I will put the link to the video below. She created this video showing within Rider-Waite-Smith, showing how all the cards are connected to one setting, and it's so cool. So they did the same thing here. That's why it's called not Secrets. That's the title of the guidebook, Secrets of the Witch's Garden. But Tarot of the Witch's Garden is, you know, it's happening in the Witch's Garden, obviously. Devil here. Amazing. Love this card. So, like, it's so, I don't know, it holds so much power, I feel. I love this tower card. Look at that. So these kids are falling out because it was not built properly. But guess what? Life has you. You are supported. Everything is going to be okay. This had to happen. Why? Because this was not built properly. So sooner or later it would happen anyway. At least now, when it happened, you guys are supported. You know? Oh. Wow. The star. I mean, the whole card screams healing. All the white and turquoise / green / blues. Oh man, it's beautiful. Wish right there. Shooting star in the sky. I love this moon card as well. And look at that. These two houses from the Witch's Garden again. Look at these two. Look at these two crabs here. So cute. So coming from the subconscious into conscious, facing your demons, facing all that is hidden from the sun. Everything comes out in the moon. And if you look really closely here at the end, you have like this sacred temple at the back. Like, you know, the Celtic type of stones. A sacred place. For worshipping, for connecting. The sun. Apparently, I don't read Marseille, but apparently, oh my gosh, the sun card, and the sun started shining on the card. That's crazy. I just realized. Apparently, Marseille, you have the, you know, like a mirror type of picture. So we have, you know, a boy on a horse with a sunflower and the sun in the background, being himself happy, liberated, victorious. Judgment card. It's a very different judgment card, isn't it? You'll see later in the deck it's very similar to 10 of Cups. So it's like we have a family here, like being liberated, you know, being called to their heart calling and following it with open arms. You know, showing their children, you have to become who you're meant to be, not what others tell you to be. Follow your dharma, follow your passions. Follow your high being. Then we have the World card. Beautiful, isn't it? She again has this feather in her hair, like from the Fool card, which I find very interesting. And we have the same 4 beings here around, like we did in the Wheel of Fortune card. Let me see if I can find it. Quickly show you. There we go. See? How cool is that? There you go. Because they are connected, these 2 cards. Now let's go to Ace of Wands, so to the Wands fire suit. You see this? This is the setting, Witch's Garden. We have that willow tree here, that we have the Hangman. Then we have like all these little things. If you pause this and zoom in and check it out, you'll see it in the other cards. It's so cool. Like the, what is it, 5 of Cups is happening right here. So, yeah, you'll see later. 2 of Wands. Deciding which way to go. She's still in the comfort of her garden. And she will go somewhere. Whatever she's going to decide to go. It feels like there's magic behind her. 3 of Wands, setting her manifestations. I love how there's like a salamander here, you know, represented in the suit of fire often. And we have the crescent moon here. Birds flying as well, you know, setting out the manifestations. 4 of Wands. I love this. Celebration, obviously. Look at this woman with these horns. Kind of cool. I like it. Some people find it creepy. I think it's cool. Maybe it's like, you know, a sort of holiday. It looks people are wearing masks and stuff. So it must be something spiritual, isn't it? Because wands are spiritual. Then we have 5 of Wands. Look at those. I love this card. The birds fighting over the worms. And, you know, there's a lot of going on. 6 of Wands. Ah, victory, isn't it? Bringing something to the people. She brought them fire or something. You know, offering. Offering is a part of this card as well that people usually don't. Not people usually. Okay, I'm going to say as much as I've seen people talking about Six of Wands, not often would they talk about offering, you know, your victories to others as well. Then we have Seven of Wands. What she did here is that now that fire that they, it's like the, you know, the same kind of scene, the same people. Look, they're in the dark now. It's like their shadow, the shadow came forward. So it feels like the same people. She brought them something, and now they are using that against her. But she stands above it. She takes the bad stuff they give to her and turns it into good, something good for her that she can use for herself. Eight of Wands, look at that. Things being in motion, things are coming. It's like they're coming towards her. Her manifestations that she sent out before are now coming to fruition. What's meant to be is coming to her in like speed, with speed. Then we have Nine of Wands. She's been through a lot. Look at that. She has a scar on her face. But she looks like she's not giving up. She's kneeling. She's ready. She's gaining strength to continue her journey. And look at those daisies here. So cute. It's like there is hope, you know. You can push through this dark stuff, and then on this side is like light, positive things. I love that. Then we have 10 of Wands. So she's carrying a lot, isn't she? She is ready to leave her garden, start a new journey, because 10s are all about starting something new, isn't it? So she also has a companion with her. I love that there are so many companions in this deck as well. So she took her baby, she took things that she needs, and she's starting a new journey. She's carrying a lot, but she's ready. And then we have Ace of Cups, the water suit. Love this, love the lotuses. So this deck was colored in watercolors, and watercolors I figured out now after so many decks that I have is my thing. So I love this deck on so many levels. The art is just absolutely stunning. Oh my god, this card is so much fun. Please, can we appreciate those three drunk frogs or drunken frogs? Look at that. There's like 3 stages of being drunk. It's like when you're drinking, when you're like, you know, in that good mood and the drink hits you, and then when it's a bit too much. So these girls obviously are celebrating. And then here we have, I love this, she's like, you know, under her mushroom, in her safe space, not, you know, blocking things from outside, emotions from outside. She's in her shelter under the mushroom, thinking about what she needs to think about, you know, ignoring this guy bringing her flowers. 5 of Cups. I love the fact that they depicted this as that she's already kind of like one step towards the good thing. It's not like she's not looking at those cups anymore. She is now deciding that she's going to move forward, that she's going to leave the negative behind and go over this bridge to her safe house, you know, and that she will take those 2 cups instead. I love that. Then we have 6 of Cups. I love that as well. So cute. I mean, lots of bugs and stuff, but they're underground, and yeah, it's like very childlike energy here, isn't it? Childlike energy. And you have these flowers like in traditional deck. And right, traditional. When I say traditional, I usually refer to. Is it the fur? I usually. Okay, cut. When I say traditional, what I usually mean is Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is one of my favorite cards because, again, representation, you know, and it's just beautiful. Like, she is being distracted by all this, you know, this emotions going on. But what she's doing, she's holding lavender. Lavender helps you calm down. Calm down and then choose the emotion that you're going to be with, go with. She is planting the lavender, you know, she's already on that like in the previous card before 5 of Cups, she's already that step forward. She chose that emotion, lavender, which is calming, to plant that one, you know. At least that's how I see it. 8 of Cups, quite self-explanatory. what is going on here. Nine of Cups. Now this is the card in the whole deck that is my least favorite. It's just because, you know, Nine of Cups usually represents wish fulfilled. I mean, she has her treasure chest here, you know, she has everything. I suppose, you know, she is alone, she gathered everything she wants. Maybe, you know, maybe it's the more of a negative aspect of this card, like you have everything you wanted, but you're alone and you're protecting with everything you have. I don't know, but it is not my favorite card, although it does make sense. Ten of Cups. Do you see what I mean with comparison to, what was it, this one, Judgment? Yeah, look. Very similar looking, right? And now we are in the Suit of Swords. How cool is that? Look at those bats flying around, the flowers. And again, we have the Witch's Garden in the background, new thoughts, new ideas. Two of Swords, very traditional, Rider-Waite-Smith. Three of Swords. What I love about this is people usually read this card, at least that's my experience, as it's a heartbreak, right? It's piercing the heart. But there's more depth to this card, in my opinion. We know that swords are related to thoughts, and I love the fact that she's holding her head. Her hair is scattered on the floor. It's like her thoughts, her mind, her ego is the one that has been shattered. Ego death, not heartache. I mean, when ego death happens, it's not, you know, comfortable, obviously, but it's her thoughts, it's her mind that has been shattered. And then I love the Four of Swords. Look at that little cat here, all snugged to her. She's taking that rest, you know. She put those swords down. She's taking a rest with her companion. Look at that cat. It's so, like, that's literally how cats sleep. We have a cat, and this is how she sleeps. Curled up with her head hanging down. Five of Swords. I love this. Love this card. Look at that. Look at even the way she's dressed, her pose, everything. You know, this guy, he's like, oh, he saw it, or she, I'm not sure. Is she gonna do a moral thing? Will she tell about this? You know, will she help? Will she call for help? Six of Swords. Taking everything, all the experiences, learning from all the experiences, and going. See, she is seeing, visioning the new future, the new positive future, and the sword is taking her there. And she has a little baby here as well. Going from the darkness, from the moon times, into something new, something nicer. And then we have Seven of Swords. Take only what you need. This one is telling her, asking her, did you take all you need, or did you take more that you need? Eight of Swords. Now this is a card that could represent amputee, or it could be just a position of how, you know, she's banded up. So I don't know if you guys know if this is representation, if this is supposed to be a representation of amputee person. Please let me know. It looks like it. It would be great if it was. You know, we love to see, you know, as much as possible to be represented in tarot cards. Oh, I love this Nine of Swords. Look at that. It's bees flying onto her. You know, it's like a nightmare. She's falling. Look at this cat here. You can, a lot of the time you can hear these cards. At least I can. Ten of Swords. I love this as well. It's like either she's stabbing herself, bleeding, and something new grows, or she's pulling out the sword, knowing that something new has grown and moving forward. And then we are in Ace of Pentacles. Look at this little spider here. So cute. Two of Pentacles. I love how these two squirrels are looking at her, balancing. And we have a ladybug here. You know, one becomes two. Blessings, you know? So, like, you can read this card in so many ways. Like, either juggling things, but because you have to... When good things happen, you know, let's say you win a lottery. I mean, yeah, it's really great, but there's also responsibilities, right? You need to know how to juggle all those things, responsibilities around, you know, because Ladybug is a sign of good fortune. Okay, Three of Pentacles. How beautiful is that? Look at this sunlight shining through here. Like, this painter is a genius, honestly. It's so beautifully done. And look at these guys here. Oh my God. Look at him. with his little thing on his eye, reading, telling her how to do things. Fairy also here thinking, oh, maybe we should do it this way. I don't know. Then Four of Pentacles. You couldn't be more stable, could you? Like you become a statue. That's how stable you are. I think this is a reminder, you know, this card, like don't limit yourself too much. Don't keep things too much to yourself, because then you're gonna become like a stone, stagnant. Five of Pentacles, very traditional Rider-Waite-Smith again. But I love how she's pulling this guy, you know, she's helping him. Also, it's a reminder that you are never alone in hard times, that you have people you can rely on, you know. Then we have Six of Pentacles. What you give is what you get, isn't it? Sharing, giving, taking. The next card we have Seven of Pentacles. I love how she's using tarot to, you know, to help her decide what to do next, how to proceed. She's there now, but how can she make things even better? I love this Eight of Pentacles. Like, you know, again, we have these fairies here. Doing your craft, doing something that you love, right? Doing it, mastering it, but also because you love it, you're in this flow. And I love that there are children here, because, you know, children, when they do what they love, is like time stops existing for them. And this is literally what Eight of Pentacles is all about. You're doing what you love, and, you know, time kind of doesn't exist anymore because you are in that flow of things. Then we have Nine of Pentacles, very Rider-Waite-Smith like, but more beautiful in my opinion. 10 of Pentacles. I love how there's like astrological things on her gown, and it's a woman again, which I like. You know, and yeah, all the things that we have in traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. Maybe the only thing that is not there is like you know, when a family is so rich that they have their own kind of symbol. I can't see that here. If you can see it, let me know. And now we go to court cards. Maybe I'm gonna put them like all down so we can see how the colors correspond to them. I find the core cards in this deck beautiful. So we have Page, Knight, Queen, and King. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see all of them. There we go. We can see these beautiful beautiful reds. Red color. Page, you know, that youthful energy. Knight of Wands, going for it, moving forward your passions, your will. Queen of Wands, so in touch with herself, being completely herself, shining herself, her passions, who she is. And look at this cat, look at his facial expression. I find it so funny. And then we have the King of Wands. You know, I feel like their facial expressions and the way they hold their body tells everything. I love how he has a scorpion here as well. Usually we have a salamander, but scorpion also can, I think they can survive fires as well. And scorpions represent, you know, the transformation, the like phoenix type of thing. So that's pretty cool. So these were court cards for fire or wands. Now we have cups. We have Page, Knight, Queen, and King. There we go. And aren't they beautiful? Like there's like, it feels like they're these water beings. One thing that I noticed is that this tree look very similar. So they could be the same person that moved through different stages, or they're related, you know. But look at this horse in Knight of Cups. It's like a water horse. I love that. And she's like romantic, you know, a romantic knight. She's writing poetry, or she's being creative. She's holding her cup, you know. The way she's gently holding her horse's face is like, you know, it tells a lot, doesn't it? It's like beautiful. And she has a water sign on her armor as well. And the page here, we have the traditional fish jumping out of the cup. Look at this frog here. It feels like, you know, someone who's very dreamy, you know. I love it. And then we have Queen of Cups. She is very in touch with her emotion. It feels like she's the healer, you know, like she's the healer, the snake transformation, helping others to heal. But at the same time, she knows when to protect her cup, you know, when to block the energy from others, because when you're a healer, you can easily get pulled into the energies of other people. And then we have the king. He's holding his pearl here, like he's in control of it. And he's like oceany type of throne. I love it. He is in touch with his emotions. He's in control of his emotions. He is I love the King of Cups. Then we have, sorry about that, we have the sword suit. The light is a bit tricky today because the clouds are coming and going. So I do apologize if, you know, at some point the cars look nice and then it's too bright. Like right now it feels like it's a little bit too bright. Lower it down. There. So we have Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and King of Swords. I love this coloration of blue here. It's so cool. I love it. The Queen of Swords is one of my favorite in the court cards. She's so beautiful. Look at her. And like, you know, I love that she's gentle, but at the same time, if she looks assertive, she holds her knife, she holds her sword, knowing what it is. Yeah, anyway, Knight of Swords, you know, charging forward on his Pegasus. And in the in the Star Tarot, you also have Knight of Swords on Pegasus, which I find very interesting. And we can see like a little the Witch's Garden right here, like that. And Page of Swords with the bird here, with the crow as well. Young energy, you know. Young way of, like, that's why, like, he's a fairy. I like that because fairies they bring that magic to it, you know, like children bring magic to things, or young energy, you know. So I like that. And then King of Swords, I love that he has an owl here, old wise owl, you know. And owls also present challenges, and so obviously he's been through things, so he knows. He's wise. He holds his sword up as well, as to he's looking directly at you as well, as to, you know, he knows. It's like he knows everything about you. It's really cool. And he has, like, let's see, 2 air signs here. So I suppose in this deck, kings are air, which I personally agree with, because kings, you know, some people assign fire to kings, but I don't. I think they are air, because they're all about logical thinking, you know, order, being masters of their suit. So yeah, it's very thoughty or totty. And then we have, last but not least, the Suit of Pentacles, really sweet. So we have our Page, our Knight, our Queen, and our King. How beautiful are these 4 as well? I love it. Look at this Page holding, cherishing his pentacle, you know, cherishing whatever he wants, you know, because pentacles represent physical things, right? Cherishing whatever he wants to master and studying it, you know, studying it. He has books here. And then we have Knight of Pentacles, has very that grounded, slow moving energy. Look at the bison. He is like, he's partially he's part of nature. And again, there's a sign of earth on her chest. I love that she's a woman as well. And then we have Queen of Pentacles. Oh man, the light is a bit annoying. I'm sorry about that. So we have Queen of Pentacles, and she's like literally part of nature. And she's like, she sits in her femininity. I love this about this card. And we have a rabbit as well, like in a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, you know, represents fertility. And yeah, she's just sitting in her feminine power, and very caring, very strong. She's holding it also on her sacral, sorry, is it sacral? Yeah, sacral chakra, which is all about expression and creativity. So I love that. And then we have the king. Look at him. He's so like, I have everything I want, everything I need. I'm rich, and I am also very kind and sharing things with you if you want. Do you want something? Come, take it. You know, I love it. Oh, man. So, yeah, these were all the cards. How beautiful. Please write in the comments below what you think about these cards. I mean, I find them absolutely beautiful. Oh, these are the backs. Sorry, I didn't show you the backs yet. These are the backs. So like I said, linen cardstock is absolutely beautiful. So let's do a mini reading for collective now. Ooh. Let's do a mini reading. So what should we say? Tarot of the Witch's Garden, please connect to the collective. Whoever is watching this video right now, what is the message that they need to hear? Oh, I forgot to add a few cards from before. My royal fire people. Okay, so what is the message that they need to hear right now? Oh, I can show you how they shuffle, river shuffle. Although, like I said, I don't like river shuffling because it damages the cards. I mean, I said in my previous videos, not right now. Okay, so look, they can river shuffle really well, beautifully. Okay, now that was definitely a user error. Let me try again. I mean, all Llewellyn cardstock, I mean, cards are, you know, really, really good river shufflers because they are thin but sturdy. There we go. There we go. See? Beautiful. Okay, so what is the message that whoever is watching this right now, what is the message they need to hear? Something that they need to put their attention to. Can we get a card, please? Oh, right. So that was on top. So this is what I'm going to read to you. Okay. So we have Four of Cups. Let's look at Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles. We have Pentacles, Cups. There you go. Four of Cups. You see what I was talking about? The full page picture. You can see so much more details here. I love it. All right. So let me read this to you. Make it a bit darker so I can actually see. Because this sun is just shining so. Yeah, it's coming and going, like I said. It feels like it's April, but it is December. Okay, so we have obviously Four of Cups, and then we have a title, surprise. We have astrological correspondences, Moon in Cancer. And then we have our little poem, sadness, gloom, depression, creep, and all you want to do is sleep. If darkness falls, peek around, for treasured gifts will soon be found. Oh, how cute is that? Okay. A fairy shelters beneath a spongy mushroom cap. Her crossed arms and furrowed bow suggests a troubled mind and a cranky attitude. 3 cups sits before her. She cannot see her friend, who is about to surprise her with the 4th cup. The 4 of Cups appears to mark gifts arriving when they are least expected. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I usually read it a bit differently, like I talked about before. The 4 of Cups reminds us that the nature of emotion is as fickle as spring weather. The nature of the card is grounded in emotional stability. It speaks to a strong disposition, yet no one feels happiness all the time. The ability to feel and process all emotions, including melancholic moods, is a sign of good mental health. Emotions are perpetually experienced in flux. The key is feeling emotions without identifying with them. I love that. The key is feeling emotions without identifying with them. The 4 of Cups is a reminder of how fast we can move from one to the next. It also reminds us to always stay open to the unexpected. And then we have more on this side. The antidote to wallowing in self-pity is to look beyond the self. Introspection has its place, but use your active awareness and personal curiosity to explore the outside world. Cultivate a sense of attention outside the self, discover a landscape of wonder, and let those you delight in lift your spirits. And upright, then we have the keywords: upright, emotional indulgence, not seeing the forest for the trees, situations changing in the blink of an eye, staying open to the unexpected, hidden gifts are about to be revealed, and remove personal blinders. And then we have reversed. If you read reversals, I don't. Emotional blockage or unexpected outpouring, seek help, take advice, and balance emotional issues. And like I said before, I love how to write the reversal. You ask this: how can I look beyond the current situation? And you ask this and you pull another card, which I find amazing. Okay, so that was a reading for the collective, right? So if you are watching this, this is something that the universe wants to tell you. Pretty cool. I like this. Well, let's talk about what I love about this deck. Wow, the sun is properly shining now and it's way too bright and you can't see anything. All right, so let me see if this is better. So I love, firstly, this cardstock. I love the linen cardstock. Like I said before, you know, the card snap back, which is great. The art here takes me literally into another world. Like, it takes me into my childhood, I'd say. Like, it makes me feel things, you know. When I'm looking at this card, it makes me feel emotions. It makes me feel like I am there, part of this group, for example. Am I the drunken frog, or am I these girls here having fun, you know, in the wind, in the rain, you know? I like the fantasy, fairy tale-y like world here. The colors are so beautiful and bright, and they're like, you know, like I said, watercolors, which is my favorite medium. For painting, like I said before, it's just so soft and soothing. I love the inclusivity here. I love that they balanced out masculine and feminine aspects as well. We have maybe body types are not as, I mean, there are actually, no, there are different body types as well. They are. Maybe they're not predominant. They're like most of the people still like, you know, model type of body like her, you know. But still there is some representation, sorry, about body types as well. We have same-sex couples as well, you know. It's just a representative on so many levels. I absolutely love that. And to me, that is very important, because when we read for people, we want the people to see themselves in the cards, isn't it? Then what else I love? Oh, yeah, I love the guidebook. That's what I love. I love the guidebook. I love the way it's written. It's not too long. It's not too short. Maybe, you know, one thing that I would improve in the guidebook is... well, let me say it first. Maybe more description of actual setting, like what does this mean? I don't know. What does this? What are the tomatoes here mean? You know, what does the rainbow mean? What does this bird here mean? It would be great if there was more symbology explained. But I understand also that the authors are limited by the pages they can put in the guidebook. So if she ever writes a big book about this deck, I'm going to be very happy. What else? Oh yeah, I love the idea that it's all happening in one setting. Like I said before, it's happening in the witch's garden. All the cards are set there, and I love that. And another thing I love about Llewellyn is that they acknowledged their mistake and they fixed it relatively quickly. Like, what was that? 4 months or something? It was fixed, you know, and now they're sending out new tarots to people who purchase the ones that have a misprint, which is absolutely incredible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 cards out and I'm going to edge them and I'm going to swap them within my deck, and then I'm going to have a backup copy, because this deck is so special to me that I want to keep a copy just in case, you know. And I kind of wish I didn't fix the mistakes, you know, that I would have that special deck. Like in 10 years time, it's gonna be special, I suppose, with a mistake in it. Sorry. So yes, I have been talking for a very long time. So please, if you have any thoughts on this deck, if you love it like I do, or if you don't love it, like whatever your thoughts are on this deck, please write in the comments below. Oh yeah, another thing, I love that it's borderless. That's another thing that I love. I love everything about this deck. I mean, the cardstock is amazing. The everything else that I was talking about is just, yeah, it's definitely my top 5 decks of all time. So yeah, also I love witchy type of decks, so that's another thing for me personally that I love. And once again, we have the sun shining very brightly. Let me lower it down again. There we go. So thank you so much for joining me today in this deep dive in talking about the Witch's Garden Tarot. And I hope I see you again soon. Bye bye.